Hi, and welcome to Financial Minds Meet the Experts. I'm your host, Jaime Agostino. As you know, on this podcast, we're joined by financial industry experts to talk about topics, trends, and themes that credit union professionals need to know about. Last week, I sat down with Mitch Rutledge, co-founder and CEO of Vertice AI, to learn more about their Know, Grow, and Measure solution. This week, the two of us are joined by Rodney May, Chief Engagement Officer for Vizo Financial, to discuss the partnership of Vizo Financial and Vertice AI that was announced last week. Rodney, Mitch, welcome.
It's great to be here.
Thank you, Jaime. Great to be here again.
Wonderful. Well, Rodney, I'm going to start with you. What led Vizo Financial to seek a partner to help credit unions increase member growth and marketing effectiveness?
Well, as you know, Jaime, as a corporate credit union, we only service credit unions. So in the past, our role was basically to help credit unions remain relevant with their members. And we've done that with payments. Whenever credit unions needed assistance when it came to excess liquidity, we could help them from the investment side. So as the years have passed, the payments market has sort of matured. The investments, there's only so many types of investments you could have. So credit unions have been struggling just to try to, in some cases, make income, try to remain more relevant to their members. And after talking to several credit unions in the past year or so, the main theme that kept coming up to me was, we have all this data. One, we're not even sure what the data says. We're not sure how to get to it. And if we did get to it and saw it, what would we do with it? So we went on a little search, and fortunately, it didn't take long for us to find several companies that are in this space. And it took even less time for me to figure out what companies were more viable partner options for us. And that's whenever, after we did our due diligence and things of that nature, we came up that Vertice was a solution for us. And it pretty much came down to the fact that we wanted to make sure that credit unions were not restricted in the type of data they could pull. It was pretty much up to the credit unions to decide, hey, it's our data. We want to be able to figure out what we want to figure out on our end. So with the Vertice solution, the credit unions can pick and choose the data they want to have. And then most importantly, though, the data comes back, it's legible, it's understandable. So the credit unions first and foremost can understand exactly what their data says. And then the most important thing in the end of the day, what the heck do you do with the data? And that's where Vertice supplies a solution where the credit unions can then in turn utilize that data. So that was the main reason. We want credit unions to remain relevant to their members. We, of course, as a corporate one, remain relevant to our members. So that's why we opted to go down this path as far as data, and then specifically with Vertice AI.
Well, that kind of leads me to my next question, Rodney. Why did Vizo Financial select Vertice AI as their partner?
Okay, it comes down to this. Data is data. However, it's useless if you, one, don't know what it is, don't know how to use it, and then do something with it. And Vertice AI has a great solution that basically is easy for credit unions to get access to their data, be able to see what their data actually says, and then in turn, with the assistance of Vertice AI, they can actually look at trends and things of that nature of who's the most likely member to grow a certain service that the credit union may actually have. So it's very predictable. But most importantly, it's I hate to use the word easy, but it's pretty easy because Vertice pretty much does the work, and they supply the information, and it's just a matter between Vertice, Vizo Financial, and the credit union to determine, okay, this is what the data is, this is what it means, this is potentially what you should do with that data. So Vertice is, while they're not a credit union entity, they think like a credit union from the perspective of they just want to do what's best for the members. And that's what a corporate does. And so our business philosophies at Vizo Financial align perfectly with Vertice AI, and that's why we selected them.
All right. Well, Mitch, how is the Vertice AI different from other data platforms in the marketplace?
Jaime, thank you for the question. And Rodney, completely agree with all of your comments. And I think that's what we think is we're doing different. But I just want to highlight two specific key differences of the Vertice solution from potentially other data platforms. I think the first is that we are not just a generalized data warehouse or a data platform. We're very focused on this idea of member growth. And you called it out, this idea of knowing, growing, and measuring every member as they climb their financial mountain. So that exclusive focus on member growth and, more importantly, serving credit unions with that actionable, data-driven, insights, as well as recommendations from the solution on how that credit union can grow member economic participation. So that's really a key difference, right? Not a generalized data warehouse, but very focused on this idea of how can we impact member economic participation, really focusing on core cooperative principles. The second is that we're providing, on top of this data, that, as Rodney alluded to, this actionable workflow. So it's really built for marketing teams, strategy teams, those member-facing teams within the credit unions. It's not built for data scientists. It's not built for data analysts. So we want to help, marketing, executive strategy, those member operation teams really understand and engage members with, a more personalized way and do that at scale for those groups. So those are really the key differences of Vertice from other offerings in the market.
All right, thank you. Rodney, so why should credit unions care about their data?
Well, I look at it this way. The old saying, work smarter instead of harder. The data is already there. You have that data in-house. So why don't you just try to be a little bit more efficient and try to understand your data more, get better access to it, understand what it is, and utilize that data to make your credit union more relevant to your members. And in turn, from a financial perspective, that should bode well moving on into the future as far as financial viability.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, what can credit unions expect by using the Vertice AI solution?
Two key expectations that I want to highlight from this partnership and working with Vertice is, so first is speed to value. Rodney and team has heard from me and my team since the beginning of this that we want to help credit unions and Vizo Financial move at pace to have real impact. So, moving at pace is critical for us to have a meaningful impact on the members of Vizo and the clients of Vizo, and that's what we want to do. We don't want to help a few credit unions. We want to help hundreds of credit unions in the coming years ahead. And our solution and the approach that we have is really focused on how can we get credit unions up and getting real value in a few weeks, not months. So that's really key, speed to value. The second is this is more than just a technology offering. We don't want to just give credit unions another piece of tech. We want to provide credit unions with a solution that's technology as well as our customer success organization that can walk alongside the credit unions to really understand data-driven member engagement and provide that strategic growth consulting and support advice over the life of the solution. So our teams will have regular engagement to discuss ideas, share insights from the data, and enable the credit unions to turn their data into that member engagement that's really with the value and how we're going to grow credit unions and keep them relevant, impacting member lives.
Wonderful. Well, Rodney, tell me about this partnership and how it benefits the members of Vizo Financial as well as all credit unions.
Okay, sure. First and foremost, obviously, as a corporate credit union with a national field of membership, we can serve any credit union in the United States. Historically speaking, we have our niche group of credit unions who, fortunately for us, have committed capital to us. So as a result of that, we're going to reach out to those credit unions first, just because they're currently in our membership fold. And I like to say make maybe a few offers, so to speak, that will get credit unions thinking more about it. I don't want to say make an offer they can't refuse. However, I want to get them to be thinking, okay, well, what's this going to cost? What do I have to do? Things of that nature. Well, as a corporate credit union, we pretty much have taken out a lot of the hard work in regards to this. So we want to just talk it through with credit unions and with our members and go over some different types of scenarios, not only from what the end results could be, but also from a financial position. For credit unions that are not in our current membership fold, we want to talk to you as well. Just because here's the deal, we're all credit unions. We see the number of credit unions are shrinking, and we just want to make sure that credit unions, no matter if they're in our current footprint or if they're in the middle of the Midwest or the West, remain relevant to their members. And it's an important call. I mean, we're in it because we're credit union people, and we just want credit unions to survive no matter where they are. Vizo Financial can help a credit union no matter where they are through this solution with Vertice AI. And that's what's exciting about it. It's going to greatly benefit our members without a doubt, but most importantly, it's going to benefit credit unions wherever they may lie in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mitch, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about security just a little bit. You know, security is always a top priority for credit unions. What security measures are in place to keep credit unions' data safe?
Great question, Jamie, and always top of mind for us and in the conversations that we have with credit unions. So we take data security very seriously. I can tell you from the inception of our company, one of the very first things we did was focus on that data security. And so one of the very first things we did was got our SOC 2 Type 2 certification, and we've had that renewed each year since our company was founded. And for those that don't know, SOC 2 is really a set of procedures and processes that you have to abide by to ensure security of your company, your solution, and your customers' data and interactions. And so we're happy to share those audit reports and compliance procedures with the credit unions that have interest in this solution. So we've been very focused on that. The second, and equally as important, is that we are not taking any of that personally identifiable information from the credit union and credit union members. So we're taking anonymized data about the members, and so that risk of data breaches and having names and addresses, because we're not holding that data, and this should give credit unions confidence that our solution will meet their security requirements and has very low risk for that credit union. So we're happy to talk more about that. We understand it is always an important topic, but we are confident that we can give the credit unions comfort about how we're managing data.
Well, thank you both. So Rodney, any final thoughts you'd like to share with our audience today about this new partnership?
Sure. I completely understand that every credit union is ran differently. So I'm not here to say, hey, I can run your credit union better than you can. However, what I do know is this: you have data that is potentially sitting at your credit union that, one, you may not even know what it is. Two, you may not know how to get to it. And three, you may not know what to do with it if you do get to it. At Vizo Financial and with Vertice AI, we now have a solution to at least help you better understand the data you have and see how that can be used to help your credit union remain relevant to all your member credit unions. And it doesn't matter where your credit union lies. We're here to help any credit union in the United States with this awesome solution.
All right. It's nice to hear your passion, Rodney. You've been in the credit union industry a long time, so thank you for sharing all of that. Mitch, any final thoughts for our listeners today?
Jamie, we are really excited about the partnership. Rodney has been a great partner to work with, and we are excited about the future ahead. A couple of things that I'll call out, as Rodney said, we are ready to meet credit unions wherever they are on their data and AI journey, from the basics of, hey, we just want to understand where our members are today, to, no, we've got that covered. Now we're ready for advanced predictive models. The Vertice solution can grow with each credit union and meet them where they are on their analytical journey. So, come to us and let's have that conversation of where you are and which of the data challenges and opportunities that you see growing. The second thing that I'll say is, I actually had a credit union ask the question of, hey, is this just a marketing partnership? And the answer is no. We are both making investments in people and the technology and the offering, financial and people investments to make this significant. This isn't a paper press release partnership as you hear sometimes. This is really about how are we going to impact a large number of Vizo credit unions and beyond to have truly give them data-driven insights and opportunities for growth. So that's, I think, really important. And the last is, we'll just say to those that are out there, the people that we believe we want to talk to immediately are those that have that growth mindset, that are data curious. Let's have those conversations, and we're ready to help you immediately leverage your data into growth for your membership. So we're excited for what we're going to do together in 2025 and beyond. So really excited.
All right. Well, thank you both so much. It sounds like both of you have a very vested interest in seeing the credit unions be successful and utilizing their own data to grow even more. So thank you both so much for joining me today. All right. This episode of Financial Minds Meet the Experts is brought to you by CU Access. Vizo Financial, My CU Services, and CU Answers have banded together to create a new kind of credit union community called CU Access. It's where we share our services, expertise, educational opportunities, and supportive nature in a single place where collaboration is the name of the game. Looking for core solution? Go to CU Access. Want to find knowledgeable experts who can enhance the service for better member experience? Go to CU Access. Need to know more on core processing? You guessed it, go to CU Access. Learn more by joining us on November 20th at 2 p.m. for an informative webinar and brief demo. Visit the CU Access website to register today at www.cuaccess.org. As always, thanks for listening and make it a great day.